in this table, you can see how the money is divided throughout all this protocol. We have DEXs, lending protocols, options, SoFi. I have no idea what SoFi is, but I know that Starknet is quite big on GameFi and on-chain gaming because the fees are super low. It's layer 2 ZK rollups. But what I'm trying to show you here that the TVL is growing, the users are coming, there are more and more protocols launching. And as you can see here, this is another website that shows you different protocols on the Starknet ecosystem. Why I'm showing you this is because these protocols, these new protocols that are launching or existing protocols on the Starknet ecosystem, they need both security researchers to do security reviews and developers. So when you add the Cairo smart contract development and hacking skill to your arsenal, all these opportunities are going to open up for you. If it's consulting services, working full-time, more auditing contests coming to auditing contest platform. We'll discuss it later in this chapter. And yeah, that's what I wanted to show you. Well, since this ecosystem is very new, you can see that a lot of protocols are not yet audited and there are no bug bounty programs. Some of them are, some of them are not. And this is, for example, one of the protocols that mentions that they have a trail of bits audit coming soon and bug bounty coming soon. So the idea here that the ecosystem is super new, and it's always nice to come to a new ecosystem because the competition is lower. There are less people that have this Cairo development and hacking skills, and this means that the supply is low and the demand is high, and you are taking advantage of that. Also, currently, there are not that many auditing firms that are providing smart contract auditing services, security reviews. And here you can see some of them. You can also go to the Starknet official website. And this is, by the way, the first one is our firm, Ginger Security. And we literally just finished recently a Starknet Cairo 2.0 audit. Netherman is one of the biggest ones that are doing a lot of Cairo security audits. We have also Bozin, Trail of Bits, Open Zeppelin, of course, Zelig, and more firms are getting into Cairo security because what I mentioned before, the TVL is growing, the demand is coming, and they want to be part of the party, of course. So when it comes to working in an auditing firm, now I'm talking about junior and senior positions. Obviously, if you're an intern, the salary will be lower. It's a starting point. But being a full-time in an auditing firm means that you are working on audits. It could be with us in Ginger Security, Nethermind, Open Zeppelin, Trail of Bits, Chain Security, you name it. The cool thing about auditing firms is that it's quite stable. It's full-time. Most of these companies support remote work. They are mainly remote work, so you don't need to go to an office. You can be wherever you want in the world. And the salary is fixed, right? Where you have sometimes bonuses, but it's quite fixed salaries. And the salary ranges for junior auditor between 50 to 100K per year. And seniors obviously are making much more, between 100 to 300K per year, and sometimes even more. There are some researchers that are making $500,000 or even $1 million per year. Well, your main job is going to be doing smart contract security reviews or audits, part of a team usually, depends on the firm. You will write auditing reports. So when you find issues, you will have to describe the issues. What are the mitigations that the team need to do in order to fix the issue? And you will work a lot with clients. So you will work with the developers, you will review their code, you will ask questions, you will understand architecture of different protocols, and you will read and write a lot of Cairo smart contracts. Sometimes some of these firms assign you to research and development tasks. It could be writing a new tool, right, to automate some stuff, or maybe an open source tool. Nethermind, for example, contributes a lot to the Starknet community and the Starknet ecosystem. So I assume some of the researchers there are being assigned to do development kind of tasks. Sometimes it could be content writing, maybe to write a blog post about some kind of finding that you made. So yeah, it's very diverse, but most of the time of your day, you're probably going to spend on security reviews and audits. So when it comes to working in auditing firms, the pros are obviously high salary compared to other jobs, and you will have nice environment. You will work with team. You will develop a lot. You will learn a lot, and it's quite safe and secure. You have your paycheck. You don't need to worry. You don't have uncertainties, and it's safe and secure. The cons are 9 to 5, right? You have to work every single day. You have days off, vacation days where you can take, but you're limited. You're basically selling your time for money, and it's not flexible and not scalable. You don't basically promote your own brand. You cannot take clients privately. You cannot do freelance jobs. So you're limited by your salary, right? And sometimes maybe plus bonuses. So it's a good salary, but you will have some kind of high ceiling that you can probably, it will be hard to break maybe next year, maybe in few months when you will get a raise. But that's usually how it is when it comes to working as a full-time security researcher. Well, another option is working as a private auditor, private security researcher. Some examples are Trust and Pashov from traditional Solidity EVM security auditing. It's extremely hard to get work, especially in this competitive market. And it requires experience and also marketing, right? You will not just get client. You need to do good work to gain experience, to get momentum, to gain brand recognition. So getting client is not an easy task. By the way, it's not something that you will go offer your services and suddenly you'll get tons of clients. It takes time to build your brand, to do marketing, and it requires a lot of experience, and it's mainly word of mouth. So one client tells to another client because they're happy with your work, and then you get more and more work. And two great examples are Pashov and Trust from the previous SCH course that you know. They are printing money. They have a lot of satisfied clients and they have so much work that they started hiring people and make teams under their brand, Trust Security and Pashov Audit Group. So this could be the same. It could be you for Cairo, right? Because the competition is much, much lower. I know, for example, that Pashov and Trust at the moment are not offering Cairo security reviews. So this is a new sector for you maybe to conquer. It's not going to be easy. You need to be really good. You need to do marketing. You need to create your brand and enhance it. But this is another career path that you can choose after completing this course. Well, the advantages are quite obvious, right? You are your own boss, right? You're building a long-term brand, and also the scalability here is much better, right? You get much bigger payouts. You don't have the cut of the firm that is cutting eventually and paying you a salary, because you get all the money from the clients, but it requires also more responsibility because it's you in front of the client. You need to make sure that the client is happy, to do a good job. If you do a bad job in an auditing firm, you're probably going to be fired, but here also your brand and your name is on the line. And it's pretty hard also to get started, to get those clients, to get this reputation, to build your brand. It's not as easy, and you need to invest a lot in branding and marketing. And you have pros and cons, and depends on your character, on your needs, your goals. You can choose this career path or the previous one as a full-time security researcher. Everyone loves auditing contests. So if you are in Web3 security for a while, you're already familiar with auditing contests. If you are not familiar with them, I will explain. So auditing contest is a competition, limited time competition. It could be 1 week, few days, 3 weeks, 1 month, sometimes even 2 months, where everyone can compete and security review and do an audit to a new code base that usually never been audited before. Sometimes it was, sometimes it wasn't. It's a new code base that you probably need to find bugs in this code base, and you are getting paid for every bug that you found. So it's similar to bug bounties, but usually we are talking about protocols that are not yet deployed to the blockchain. So you find bugs. It's kind of like an audit, but open source audit with competitions, and you can get very, very nice rewards. The more issues you find and report, the higher payouts you're going to get. And also the less people participate in the contest, the less people reported the same issues, the less duplicates you have, you get higher payouts. And this is crucial when it comes to Cairo security reviews, because you probably know that the competition in auditing contest is quite high, and the higher the competition is, the lower payouts you're probably going to get. But it doesn't work like this with Cairo security reviews, with Cairo auditing contests. So you can report different issues in different severity, high, medium, or low, and all the logos that you can see down there are different auditing contest platform. Back then, when I created the smart contract hacking course, there was only Code Arena and Sherlock, but now we have many more, a lot of competition in this space recently. And probably I even missed some, right? We have Heads Finance, Code Hawks, and Cantina. I'm sure there are more, and probably, I'm sorry if I missed any platform, but what I'm trying to show is that there are a lot of platform and a lot of opportunities for you up there to grab some rewards, especially when it comes to Cairo contest, because the competition in Cairo contests is significantly lower than Solidity EVM contest. For example, you can see here the Opus contest, almost a month, 100K in USDC in rewards, and the competition there was much lower than EVM competitions. Now, it doesn't happen very often when you see Cairo auditing contest, but they come every once in a while. And once you have the skills of Cairo hacking and Cairo reading Cairo code and writing Cairo smart contracts, you will have an edge on all these competitors that are basically participating in this contest. And maybe you can get top 3 or top 5, which is super cool. Maybe you can get 10K or 20K in 2 or 3 weeks of works, depends how much effort you put into it. But what I'm trying to show you is that in this auditing contest, when they pop up, the Cairo contest, the competition is usually much lower, which means that you can make much more money. And these are some screenshots from Code Arena. You can see here the active contest. You can see the upcoming contest, and every contest has a scope. So all the smart contracts that you need to review. And this is the scope from the Opus, I believe, the Opus contest. You can see here different Cairo smart contracts, the amount of lines of code, a purpose, what this contract is responsible for. And you have to look at this contract, find security issues, report them, and get rewarded. The cool thing about auditing contests is that they are open source, and after a few months, the report is coming public. So you can read the report, see all the issues that were reported, what you have missed, and you can basically learn using this kind of feedback loops. So this is quite an old screenshot, but I believe that there is already the Opus contest report published, so you can read it to learn about security issues that were found in the code base in the Cairo smart contracts. And this is another website that I didn't review in the previous course, in the SEH course, because it wasn't there back then, but it's a very cool website called Daily Warden, and it aggregates all the platform. And you can see, what did I miss here? Immunify. Yeah, Immunify Boost, which is another auditing contest, limited time contest platform, Immunify Boosts. And you can see here we have 6 platforms, and you have a calendar. This is March 2024 and the beginning of April. And you can see how many contests there are simultaneously. On the Finance, 36K, Neobase Invitational, 21K, 13K, 60K, 36K, 125K. Obviously, the bigger the code base, the more complex it is, the higher the reward base is going to be, and you can get a share of this pot, this reward pot. And the more contests simultaneously, you can see here, the competition is being spread among contests. So lower competitions means better performance for you, less competition, you can get more rewards, there are less submissions, less duplicates. So this is what you want to aim for when you participate in auditing contests. So let's talk about pros and cons of being an auditing competitor. So again, you are your own boss. It's fun and exciting. It's competition. You compete with other people. You have a leaderboard. You can see which spot you conquered, if it's first, second, 5. And the payouts are pretty good, especially when it coming to contests with low competition, aka Cairo auditing contest, which you can participate after completing this course. Now, the cons are that it's hard, it's not easy, because you have a lot of competitors and you need to stand out on the competition, and the success is not guaranteed. You can find $0 in a contest and you won't get paid, or maybe you can find even report $3 and they might get disvalidated by the judge, and you can just spend a lot of time and get nothing. And recently the competition became higher in auditing contest, but we can basically cross this out, because by learning Cairo, you are kind of edging the competition, because you're going to participate in contests that have much lower competition rate. Another career path that you can choose is becoming a bug bounty hunter. So what is bug hunting? It's simply trying to find bugs deployed in on-chain protocols and basically get rewarded. So if you find bug that can cause capital loss, money loss, hack that can basically make people lose money, the protocol lose money, you report it in a responsible way to the protocol, and then you get some kind of bounty, some kind of reward. Bug hunting is usually harder because you're looking at the code that already audited and got security reviews by other people before, and mostly the likelihood of vulnerabilities being there is lower than reviewing a code that was never reviewed before by security researchers, but it's possible. Especially that right now, we don't have that many security reviewers and security auditors that are doing Cairo audits, and that we have a lot of protocols that are deployed on Starknet mainnet without going through an audit even. So this is actually a good opportunity in Starknet and Cairo because of the situation of the new blockchain. It's kind of like the 2021, 2020 of Solidity, where protocols don't have money to pay for audit, so they just deploy their protocol to mainnet, or maybe they didn't find a good auditing firm that can do their audit for them, and they just deployed it to mainnet, and they accrued like maybe $20 million, maybe $30 million of TVL, and now there might be a bug there. And you can find this bug and get rewarded by reporting it. The pros and cons are as well obvious, so it's very flexible. You can decide when you work, when you don't work. You have your own schedule, you are your own boss, you don't have meetings, and the payouts are usually very big. You saw Starknet are offering up to $1 million. Of course, in order to get $1 million, you will need to find a bug that is very significant, that leads to a lot of loss once it's being exploited. There are some people that want 100K, 200K, and even $1 million per bug that obviously they worked for a while to find it, maybe months, maybe even years, but it's very good payouts. Now, the cons is that it's very hard. You're usually reviewing audited code that already people looked at it and found bugs. And also, if it has big TVL, you know, if there was a bug there, probably someone already would exploit it. So you really need to be creative and work hard to find bugs in deployed on-chain protocols. And you don't have guaranteed success, right? You might not find bugs for months, or maybe you might find bug and the team can disvalidate it, especially when you don't have bug bounty programs in Immunify. So you don't have this kind of safety net that you get a salary every single month or you get your clients. It's much harder, but obviously the risk is there, but also the rewards are much higher.